Eventually there'll come a time where you need a heat gun. And what I look for when I buy a heat gun is a few things. I've actually bought this heat gun twice because I know that it's good and I like it. One thing that you gotta have is the ability to set it down standing up like this. The reason being is after you use it, this end is gonna get extremely hot. And if you set it down on its side or some way that this could touch something like carpet or whatever, it could easily burn it. So you wanna be able to set it down like this and let it cool off in a safe manner. Now I'm pretty sure that it's got air vents back here and you're supposed to allow the airflow, but if you needed two hands to do something, this is gonna make it a lot easier rather than like putting it on its side and trying to do something. Another thing that I always look for is two heat controls. With a heat gun, you need a lot of power for certain tasks, which is why I only consider corded heat guns. I've used some other battery operated ones and they just don't get as hot as these corded ones can. But you do wanna have those at least two settings because there's a lot of times where you don't need as much heat. But then there's other times when you definitely want the full blast heat, and this does produce quite a bit of heat. It works great. It comes with your typical accessories. It'll look like a bag like this. Here's the one from my original, but it's got like a paint scraper, some that taper down to get a more concentrated amount of heat, and then even like a deflector that just allows you to kind of wrap heat around something, like if you're trying to bend some PVC or something like that. But like I said, there's a lot of use cases for this. Obviously electronics, that's what I use it most for, but I've used it for a lot of different things, from defrosting my mini split to just heating up some materials to get it to work better. My wife, we got like one of those things that go around your steering wheel, one of those leather things, and it was, you know, really hard to get around. So you just hit it with the heat gun a little bit, get it heated up so you can stretch it around. Again, that's where that one setting comes in, where it's like, I don't need a ton of heat, just enough to heat something up. And again, from using some other heat guns in the past, I can tell you there is nothing wrong with this. I really like it. So much so that I actually bought it twice. I have one in another place where I've done a lot of 3D printing, and we use it to knock off the stringing, if you know anything about 3D printing. So part of our post-processing is we hit the parts with the heat gun, we use it there, and then I bought this one just to have in my garage around the house for when I need it.